Long before he became a global symbol of peace and sports excellence commanding absolute attention under the bright lights, Cassius Clay was a spark of pure energy. Growing up in the segregated streets of Louisville, Kentucky, he discovered the sweet science of boxing after his bicycle was stolen. He did not seek quiet, standard sports validation. His primary goal was to completely revolutionize the fighting world through a unique mixture of jaw-dropping speed and highly vocal confidence. He rapidly climbed the amateur ranks, capturing an Olympic gold medal in 1960 before launching an explosive professional career that shocked traditional boxing purists. He would famously predict the exact round his opponents would fall, earning the nickname the Louisville Lip from a fascinated media. Clay proved very early on that he was a rare breed of athlete, a brilliant strategist who weaponized his voice just as effectively as his lightning-fast jab on the canvas stage. What truly transformed Muhammad Ali into an absolute mythical figure within the global combat community was his revolutionary heavyweight movement system. He completely redefined what was physically possible for a large man, introducing a beautiful style based on the phrase "float like a butterfly, sting like a bee." He would dance around his opponents with hands held low, using elite head movement and matrix-like reflexes to slip heavy punches with millimeter precision under pressure. He possessed a blindingly fast jab that could blind and disorient his rivals before they could ever establish their own offensive distance. His footwork was a masterpiece of athletic grace, completely changing directions in a split second to leave seasoned veterans swinging at thin air. This surgical approach turned his bouts into highly studied works of art, proving that supreme technical intelligence and speed could completely neutralize raw, unappealing physical power. The absolute historical pinnacle of Ali's profound impact extended far beyond the ropes when he made a historic stand for his deep religious and moral beliefs. In 1967, at the absolute peak of his physical powers, he refused induction into the military, a courageous decision that cost him his championship belt. He was completely banned from boxing for over 3 long years, sacrificing millions of dollars and facing intense public hatred during a highly turbulent cultural era. He returned to the ring with a slower foot speed but an unbreakable, dense chin and a warrior heart that captivated a brand new generation of fans. His epic return set the stage for the greatest trilogy in boxing history against his ultimate, fierce rival Joe Frazier. These monumental battles transcended standard sporting achievements, proving to a global audience that his formula of mental resilience and character could easily weather any storm inside or outside the arena. The ultimate measure of Ali's tactical genius and mythical status occurred in 1974 during the historic Rumble in the Jungle in Zaire. Facing the terrifying, undefeated young knockout monster George Foreman, almost nobody believed the aging veteran could survive the brutal onslaught. In a breathtaking display of pure psychological warfare and physical endurance, Ali introduced the legendary rope-a-dope strategy to the sports world, absorbing heavy hits against the loose ropes. He allowed Foreman to completely exhaust his immense energy throwing massive, looping punches before firing back with extreme velocity in the late rounds. Ali executed a spectacular right-hand combination in the 8th round, knocking the giant champion out and reclaiming his crown. This legendary triumph single-handedly elevated Muhammad into an immortal savior figure, proving that his supreme boxing IQ could easily conquer the most dangerous physical problems on earth. Following his historic reclamation of the world title, Ali continued to actively cement his competitive legacy through the absolute hardest fires of the sport. In 1975, he faced Joe Frazier for the third and final time in the grueling, suffocating heat of the Philippines. The brutal thriller in Manila became an absolute masterpiece of pure human suffering, as both legendary icons traded hundreds of devastating punches through 14 rounds of high-octane violence. Both men pushed themselves far past normal human limitations, fighting through total exhaustion and blindness under the blinding arena lights. Frazier's corner finally stopped the fight before the final round, securing a historic victory for Ali in what he called the closest thing to death. This monumental bout permanently solidified his reputation as an elite warrior who possessed a jaw-dropping, unbreakable iron will that simply refused to submit to defeat. When Muhammad Ali finally decided to permanently step away from active professional championship combat, he left behind an absolutely unmatched legacy. He entered the boxing world as a loud, confident teenager and left it as the most recognized, influential sports figure to ever live across the globe. His incredible life journey serves as a powerful reminder that raw speed, structured discipline, and an unbreakable devotion to human rights will always stand the test of time. Future generations of professional fighters will continually study his flawless footwork and his legendary psychological dominance, trying in vain to replicate his magic. He showed the world that a boxer could achieve legendary immortality by remaining fiercely true to his spirit, fighting the absolute best, and shaking up the entire universe. The greatest of all time has permanently etched his name in gold, leaving an unforgettable mark in the history of humanity.